What's going on, Oregon Duck fans? This is Jen716 back here again, and today I want to talk to you guys about 5 players for the Oregon Ducks this up and coming season that I believe will have the most impact, will definitely have the most contribution to their team. Now, a lot of these players, I like to call them, are I think that some of these players on this list, they're going to be breakout players, right? Players that maybe not a lot of people outside of your fan base already know, or players that maybe had a little to no contribution to the team at all that I believe will have a huge contribution to the team and become that breakout player. So we're going to talk about 5 players, and again, you guys can let me know who your top 5 breakout players will be, and we can definitely hash that out in the comment section below. So let's hop straight into this thing. So a lot of Oregon Ducks fans believe that this guy is going to be the next breakout player. He's a guy that can definitely help contribute to the Oregon Ducks of helping their team get to the playoffs. That's Tyler Shaw. Now, Tyler Shaw, 6'5", 220 pounds, former 4-star quarterback according to the composite rankings. A lot of talent, a lot of athletic, definitely has the athletic ability, great intangibles, great IQ as a quarterback. A guy that did complete over 80% of his passes last year, but he only had 144 yards passing. Had limited snaps at the quarterback position, but a guy that definitely does have the experience as far as knowing the playbook. Oregon's a team that, well, they're transitioning now into more of a spread type of unit. Last year, there was, pretty much power run, which is not what a lot of Oregon fans are used to seeing. This time, they're trying to go a little bit more spread, trying to go back to that old school type of formula, but still keep that power run concept or that power run foundation to the team. So I look at a guy like Tyler Shaw, and I do look at the weapons around him, and I definitely think that, hey, they can get the job done. I think that Tyler Shaw, again, they're not going to ask too much out of him. I think this is a team that's still going to rely more on the run game than the passing game here. And again, the defense can definitely handle its own. But again, Tyler Shaw is a guy that's been waiting in the works to get his opportunity. I believe that he's a guy that could definitely make a big contribution. Again, is he better than Justin Herbert or more talented than Justin Herbert? No, I don't think he's more talented or is he better than Justin Herbert. But I think he's a guy that is not going to really mess up that big for him as as far as just the drop off. I don't think it's going to be a huge drop off from Justin Herbert to Tyler Shaw. I think Tyler Shaw can definitely pick up the pieces, and who knows, with the defense that's coming back, with some of the pieces, of course, including the skill positions surrounding Tyler Shaw, the Oregon Ducks can very well make it to the college football playoffs. Again, Justin Herbert didn't do that. Tyler Shaw who knows? It's definitely a possibility that he can do it. Next player is one of my favorite players I like to watch. Well, one of the best true freshmen in the country last year, and that was Mace Funa. He's a guy he can play literally all over the place, right? He played as a Sam linebacker. He played as a stud linebacker, a stud end. This is a guy that can play well. He can play literally all over the field. Now, again, I think Oregon, I definitely think he's going to have much more of an important role because he was more of a rotational player last year, and he still had a huge contribution to his team. Just looking at some of the stats real quick. For Mace Funa, again, he had 24 tackles, 4 sacks, 7.5 tackles for loss. This is a guy that he was just a huge contributor to the team as a rotational player, as a true freshman. Again, his role is going to be much more expanded compared to what it was last year, man. He's going to have a much bigger role to the defense. And, again, Oregon likes to rotate their linebackers, especially with guys like with Noah Sewell and Justin Flo added to the mix. Oregon is going to be stacked at that linebacking position. So, again, it's still going to be heavily rotated, but Mace Funa is definitely going to have a much bigger contribution to the team than what he did last year. So Mace Funa is a guy that I'm definitely looking out to be a breakout player. Next player I want to talk about is Isaac Slade. I'm not even going to pronounce the other name. I'm not even going to pronounce the last name because I'm going to butcher it. But Isaac Slade is a guy that was pretty much the backup linebacker. Well, he was more a rotational piece, or I actually think he played right next to Troy Dye. Again, Ducks fans let me know. I felt like he was more of a rotational piece, but Troy Dye said that this is going to be the guy that can take over my spot, right? Troy Dye is one of the most, if not the most historic linebacker in the University of Oregon, as far as just career, as far as tackles goes, as far as leadership goes. I mean, he was the man for the Oregon Ducks the last 2 to 3 years. Isaac Slade's a guy that's been waiting in the wings for a while for finally get his opportunity to be the man. I believe he can definitely do it. This was a huge contributor. Looking at his stats real quick. This is a guy that had 62 tackles, 56 solo tackles, right? That's a huge part of it right there. Was the solo tackles, had 1.5 sacks, 4.5 tackles for loss. So this is a guy that definitely was that had a pretty big contribution to the team. But can he be that breakout star, right? Can he take it to another level? I believe he can. So Ducks fans, let me know if Isaac Slade can definitely live up to the expectation, or kind of the foundation that Troy Dye kind of had set there. But yeah, I like Isaac Slade a lot as being that next breakout player for the Oregon Ducks. My fourth player is going to be a true freshman, and that is Justin Flowe. Now, Justin Flowe might just be the best linebacker. He might just be the best high school linebacker of all time. He might just be. He definitely had one of the most impressive tapes probably since Reuben Foster did back in his 2012 high school tape. But yeah, Justin Flowe is a guy that has tremendous instincts. His athleticism is amazing. Can definitely, not the best coverage linebacker out there, but man, as far as stopping the run, as far as blitzing and putting pressure on the quarterback, becoming that extra pass rusher, Justin Flowe is a menace on the football field. But most importantly, the man can hit. The man can take heads, and he can take them. And I definitely think he's going to play a role. Now, why do I believe he'll take a role? Not just because he's a 5-star linebacker, but just because I think, Oregon, based on what we saw last year, they like to rotate. They love to rotate defensive players, keep them fresh. Out there. So I definitely think that Justin Flowe is going to have a contribution. Now, he could have that Mace Funa contribution where you could see him at stud sometimes. You could see him at Sam. You could see him at Will. You could see him at the Mike position. You can see him literally all over the field. You can see literally all over the field, the extra blitzer. Justin Flowe is a very versatile linebacker. And again, as a true freshman, this is a guy that I can see immediately be on the football field. Maybe not have that big of a contribution like let's say a Troy Dye did, but he's a guy that's definitely going to get his tackles. He's definitely going to get his stats. So I really like Justin Flowe to be to have a nice contribution to the Oregon Ducks. And then finally, this is people are gonna say, why did you put this guy on the list? Well, the reason why I'm putting him on the list is because I really do believe that this player is gonna he's gonna step it up, man. He's gonna take it to another level, and he's probably gonna be a projected top 5, top 3 pick by the time his junior year is over. That's Kayvon Thibodeaux. Now, Kayvon Thibodeaux had 9.5 sacks, right? The Rose Bowl game against Wisconsin was dominant. The Utah game, the Pac-12 championship, was dominant. He really turned it on, probably the second ladder of the season. But Kayvon Thibodeaux, I think, is going to be that much better. I think he's going to get bigger, stronger, faster. The dude, as far as his technique goes, was, oh my God, it was vastly improved in the second half of the season. He finally put the pieces together, and he became a beast. But can he make that Chase Young type of transition, right? People knew that Chase Young was going to be a potential top 10 pick, even though that he was the backup to Nick Bosa. But can he put it all together? Can he put that one season together that can make the case that he is a top 3 pick? Chase Young did that. Kayvon Thibodeaux is a guy that can do it early, his sophomore, junior year, because he has the supporting cast around him to help him get his. But I just believe that he's just such a dominant figure. The coaching is there with the Oregon Ducks to get him to that level. Kayvon Thibodeaux is a player, in my opinion, that is going to have a dominant sophomore season, kind of like a Jadeveon Clowney type of season. That's what I'm kind of predicting for this kid. Really like him a lot, man. So, yeah, Kayvon Thibodeaux, I'm expecting him to have a much more improved year, a huge contribution to the Oregon Ducks team. And who knows, maybe these players can definitely get the Oregon Ducks to the college football playoff. Hopefully they can, because I think that, Oregon, if Oregon makes it to the college football playoffs, I think it will just make college football that much better, especially with their nice-ass uniforms. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it. Again, do you have, what players would you include? Because again, I like the Oregon Ducks this year. They got a lot of players that I definitely think can definitely make a nice contribution to their team. So let me know, what players am I missing? And yeah, we can definitely talk about that in the comment section below. Anyway, guys, if you guys like the video, hit the like button, share the video, and make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell if you want more content from me in the future. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Gen716, I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe. Peace.